What do we have for Virgo, please? The Fool at the foundation of the reading, Virgo. Okay, Virgo, the messages that I have been getting surrounding your reading have to do with some sort of new beginning that is preparing to align for you. And sure enough, we get the Fool, which is all about new beginnings. Now, I quite often give this analogy of being on a carousel, and these carousels represent different cycles of your life. Now, what I feel is taking place here is that there's, first of all, something with the astrology where the universe is trying to get you to push forward and take this opportunity because it's not going to be there forever. It's like the universe is saying, okay, Virgo, jump, we got you, okay? But there's something taking place here where you're hesitating or you're getting stuck in some outdated belief system, some old way of thinking. And one of the messages that I also heard before the reading was a bridge to your past. Now, I feel that because you are aligning with this new cycle, this new window of opportunity, it's like old cycles are sort of lingering around. It's like they're resurfacing from the depths of your subconscious and creating some sort of doubt. And this is actually quite normal, Virgo, because whenever we're getting ready to have a breakthrough in our life, it's as if we're being faced with everything that has always held us back in that particular sector of our life. And I also feel that while you're hesitating inside this space, you're trying to calculate all the different ways things could turn out, which is very much a Virgo-minded message, right? Everything has to be organized. You have to know where everything is going to go. But this is one of these situations where the universe is asking you to let go of an identity that you may have been holding on to that is not serving you any longer and step out on faith. What do we have for the sacral, please, Spirit? King of Swords, air energy at the sacral. And then we have the Ten of Swords and Eight of Cups in the bottom of the deck. So the Ten of Swords represents an ending and a beginning, and the Eight of Cups represents you walking away from something. Now, it could be that whatever this new beginning is that's preparing to align for you requires you sacrificing something from your life. Maybe a certain way of doing something. Maybe you have to change something in your career, just how you live your everyday waking life. And the King of Swords here is speaking about the action that is required from you at this time. That should be number one, not the planning stages. Typically, I would say the complete opposite. As long as you have a solid plan, then you're good. But this is one of these situations where the Spirit is saying there's no time for a plan. It's time to take a chance. Let's get some surrounding energy. Page of Cups, water energy at the solar plexus. So again, we have this energy of a new beginning, taking action, new beginning. That Page of Cups is at the solar plexus position, and I feel that what this is really representing is the emotional strength that is required from you at this time. It's like whatever this new beginning is requiring you to lean on your intuitive guidance. And the Page of Cups is also an energy of synchronicity. So I feel that that's really reinforcing the message that I gave about the carousel wheels in the astrology and how there's this window of opportunity. It's like everything is aligned for you now. And it could be that it doesn't look how you thought it was going to. You thought that when this new beginning presented itself to you, it was going to look like something else. And I've got to say that our manifestations rarely look the way we thought they were going to when they actually show up. Typically speaking, it requires us having enough faith to embrace it anyway, and then realizing on the other side of it that it's actually way better, right? So we make plans and God laughs. I feel that that really says it all right here, Virgo. Right now, I feel that the most important thing that you could actually do for yourself is to lean on your spirit team, is to lean on the higher power, because that's actually what's going to give you the confidence to push through and allow this change to unfold in your life without trying to control every single facet or worry about how it's going to turn out. What do we have at the heart, please? Eight of Pentacles, Virgo, that is your energy at the heart. So this is very clear. Now you're on the other side. You're actually engaging in this space. The Eight of Pentacles is an energy of progressing forward. It can speak about making money and some sort of job satisfaction, or you just engaging with this certain manifestation now. And the fact that that energy came after all that channeling there is a really big confirmation for you, because it's like you're getting back to yourself. It's like, in order to get to this, Spirit needs you to do what you've never done before, or approach something in a way that you never would. We don't always get breakthroughs by repeating the same thing over and over. Of course, everything is circumstantial, but that's not what I'm getting here for you, Virgo. This isn't about repetition. This is about respinning the wheel, adding a different gear into the mechanical structure of your life. And that Eight of Pentacles is right there at that heart position. So for an energy like the one we have right here, this can really speak about a true heart's desire. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the World and the Judgment. Okay, so the World from this deck shows us you, right, through the passage of time. It's like we're looking at you like we're a fly on the wall. And we're seeing you go through this portal. And this portal leads to this new beginning. And, you know, whenever I see this card, it reminds me of the carousel analogy, right, that I gave. And then we have Judgment here. So it's like there's some sort of rebirth, some sort of awakening that's connected to all of this. And, you know, I'm feeling some sort of pressure here. It's almost like you're overthinking some sort of decision. You're constantly calculating something to see if you come up with a different result, but it's the same every time. So this really speaks about being stuck in some sort of cyclical cycle. Okay, what do we have at the throat? Queen of Cups, water energy at the throat. Okay, so I'm hearing that there's some sort of bigger or better opportunity or experience coming your way. And it could be that you can't see it. It hasn't come into full formation yet. And or it's just not showing up in the way that you thought it was going to. But there's something coming together for you on the other side of this. It's like the universe is pulling everything together behind the scenes. And it's materializing in a particular way in your everyday waking life. But again, you're not able to see this clearly because you're expecting something different. Yeah, I'm hearing you need to trust the process here and let it unfold in divine order. You're being guided to move forward knowing that everything is going to work out exactly the way it's supposed to. And I understand that's a cliche thing to say, but it really is the message surrounding this energy right now. And the Queen of Cups is really speaking about what I said about leaning on your spirit team, your higher understanding. The Queen of Cups is a very intuitive energy, but it also talks about self-love, self-care, things like this, which are typically always going to be things that you can implement into your everyday waking life to help support you through these shifts that you may be going through right now. It's like the more you love on yourself, the closer you are to source. And this is very true. I think we can all attest to that. But I also find it interesting how we always seem to forget that, right? It's like you always have access to the divine, to source, to God, whoever you look to for your supreme being. And it's always found by loving yourself. And that Queen of Cups is also at the throat. So I'm getting something here surrounding the relationship that you're keeping with yourself right now. It can also be your inner dialogue. Oh, wow. Okay. Right when I said that, my throat became restricted, okay? So I feel that we really just touched on something there, your inner dialogue. You know, this is so interesting what I'm getting here. It's like you're casting a spell on yourself with your inner dialogue. And I feel that this inner dialogue is connecting to the message I gave in regards to that bridge to the past, right? To an old version of you that is coming back around for review. It's like the universe saying, okay, we're about to level Virgo up, but there's this old cycle from the past that we need to bring back around because we need to strength test Virgo to make sure that they're not going to fall into this old way of thinking when they're in this new beginning. So bring back that old cycle, put it in Virgo's energy and see how they deal with it now. See if they're ready to overcome this and push forward into this new beginning. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess and the Hermit. And the Seven of Cups. Seven of Wands. Wow. Eight of Swords. All this energy is connecting to what we're saying here, okay? Here's your intuition. This is, I just heard your gateway to the divine. Hermit. So you represent the Hermit in the tarot. Okay, so going inward for clarity and guidance, like we've been speaking about. Seven of Cups, so here's all this confusion and all these different decisions and things not looking the way that you thought they were going to when they actually appeared. And it's interesting because right there, that's supposed to be Jesus underneath that piece of material, that piece of that cloth, right? And it's to say that there's all this other distracting energy around you, and you're not seeing the divine showing up for you because, well, it's like the divine is cloaked right now. You can't see it. It's not showing up in a way that you thought it was going to. And then Seven of Wands. I feel that this Seven of Wands is the self-doubt that you're coming up against right now. And I feel like it's this internal dialogue. You know, it can quite often manifest in our exterior environment as well, right? A lot of the times the way we think about ourselves and that inner dialogue will actually mirror itself back to us in the face of other people. It's like we put out this particular vibration and then we just start attracting all of those same kinds of energies towards us. And this is just another way of speaking about how our thoughts can actually materialize. What do we have in the third eye, please, Spirit? Queen of Swords. So we have the King and Queen of Swords, and then we have two queens. And that Queen of Swords is right there at that third eye position. So it's like there's something you need to be honest about with yourself. And you know, Virgo, that Queen of Cups paired with that Queen of Swords there, it's like you need to be honest with yourself about something that's always been holding you back, and you don't necessarily need to heal all of this in one go, right? It's just something that the divine wants you to actually come to terms with now and say, yeah, I probably need to work on that, okay? That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. And you know, especially with that Eight of Pentacles here, this can double as an entirely second message apart from you reaching this point of manifestation, right? This can now all speak about what Spirit is wanting you to focus on right now, because it could be that this particular energy here is what allows for the breakthrough to take place to begin with. You know, this is also one of these energies where you have a behavioral pattern or a mindset that has been a common denominator in all your decision making up until this point. And who hasn't had that, right? We all have that. But there are certain mindsets, certain behavioral patterns that we'll be guided to break free of at certain points in our life. And I feel that that's what this is here. And now I'm hearing something about Spirit trying to rid you of this, or at least get you to focus on it before we enter into the new year, right? It's a perfect time to start addressing these things because you can set goals for yourself. You can set benchmarks. Okay, I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to think this certain way for this amount of days, and then hold yourself to it. Now, this entire reading here is about taking action relatively quickly here. Okay, we have the Fool, right? Stepping out on faith. King of Swords, taking quick action. Queen of Swords, which is more of a quick thinking kind of action. So it all goes hand in hand. So it's like you need to move quickly in an energy of love. Sounds easier said than done, and I do get that here. But if anybody can do this, Virgo, you can. In fact, there's nothing here that tells me that you won't. It could be that you just need to hear the message given to you a certain way, so you go, oh, okay, I get it now. Let's get on with this thing. And then right on the bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands, which is all about inspired action. So that just follows everything we channeled through. Okay, what do we have of the Crown, please, Spirit? Too many cards. What do we have of the Crown, please? Seven of Wands again from an entirely different deck. So we saw the Seven of Wands underneath one of these decks here a moment ago, and now we're seeing it come out here. Okay, so this Seven of Wands is reading differently than that other one, though. This Seven of Wands is now reading as you taking this action, you taking a stand. It's also an energy of perseverance. And I feel that all these other energies here are going to be different for each and every one of you. For some of you, it's going to be more that inner dialogue, right? It's like each one of those individuals there is representing negative self-talk, negative mindset the voices that linger around inside your subconscious that you've picked up somewhere on your path, an echo of something that somebody said to you that caused you to doubt yourself, or the things that people say to try and minimize us, right? And then for others of you, it could literally be people inside your environment that you need to stand up to in some capacity to be able to start making your way down this path. But as I'm looking back at this Queen of Swords, it's like that little, I guess that's like a little cherub, right? That little angel there is handing you this crown. It's to say, Virgo, you're ready. You know, we even see that in the Queen of Cups, because you're looking at this cup almost like it was just given to you, like, oh. And the cup is representing the healing, the emotion. And then the crown is representing some sort of anointing, some sort of level up, which leads to this Seven of Wands. It's like that crown supplies you with the tools you need to step into this Seven of Wands energy. What do we have at the foundation, please? 10 of Wands, Sag energy at the foundation. Now, that 10 of Wands may as well be the opposite energy of that Fool, okay? Because as you can see on the Fool card here, you just have a little pack, right? You're really light on your feet. You only have what you need. And then the 10 of Wands here, completely opposite energy. Right? There's a lion is trying to lift this pillar up. And as we know, a marble column or a pillar like that is incredibly heavy. But the 10 of Wands, by definition, is the heaviest, most exhausting energy in the tarot. And before your reading, I was also getting a message surrounding exhaustion. It's almost as if the lack of decision-making or the lack of action on your part is anchoring your energy. It's almost like it's creating draggage, making you feel tired in some capacity here. So this old cycle that is coming up for review, it's like you still have a cord or some sort of tether. And this new beginning you're about to have is requiring you to actually break that cord, to break that tether, because the tether has been stretched so far now that it can no longer hold up. That's why you're starting to feel this energy pulling you back. Think about a surfboard, right? Surfboards have tethers in them. And when the surfer comes off the surfboard, they're able to reel the board back to them, or sometimes it just comes back their way because there's this sort of give, this sort of bounce back. Think about this energetic tether the exact same way, right? Let's say the surfboard gets stuck on some sort of coral reef and then the swimmer is trying to swim away, but the cord is attached to them, right? It's like that cord is stretching and eventually it's going to break, or they have to undo the tether, manually speaking. Very similar sort of energy to what I'm getting here, okay? But I feel that the difference here with this is it's energetic, so you can't see it. You just feel it. A lot of you could be getting flooded with memories at this time regarding this old karmic cycle. Again, coming up for review, right? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, maybe some sort of memories or some sort of mindsets or behavioral patterns just start consuming you, and you're wondering why. And it all has to do with the fact that this review is taking place. And really, the only way to overcome this, Virgo, is to push forward in power, okay? Because the universe is trying to make it very clear to you right now. There's the new path and the old one. And the old one, I would say for the most part, is always going to be 100% of the time not the path that the universe wants you to go down, okay? The universe in and of itself is the embodiment of evolution and expansion, and you are an incremental piece of that. So if you can sort of apply that to all of your decision making, right? Is this evolving my life? Am I in the flow with the universe? Would the universe want me to go back to something, right? And this can be a game changer when you apply this way of thinking to your life. Just always moving in an energy of evolution. What do we have at the sacral, please, Spirit? The star, Aquarius energy at the sacral. Virgo, this is very clear here. This actually goes along with what I was just saying, right? It's like, here's the new path, the new beginning, right? Stepping out on faith. Light on your feet. And then the star card from this deck is star card red in its shadow, okay? It's an energy that's very hopeless. It's also an energy that isn't aligning with its true north path and is essentially feeling ignored or it's like the universe provides you with certain tools, certain talents, certain blessings that you're supposed to utilize as you make your way down your path. And this is an energy where somebody is supplied these particular tools and they just allow them to go to waste. Okay? In a nutshell, it's like somebody relinquishing their mission in life and going back to an old cycle that is directly connected to some sort of shadow work that they failed to do or some sort of trauma that is coming back for review. And I just heard it needs to be reviewed and filed away in the halls of your mind. What do we have at the solar plexus, please, Spirit? Page of Pentacles, Earth energy at the solar plexus. Okay. Now, the Page of Pentacles here is further reinforcing this entire message because this Page of Pentacles speaks about missing an opportunity. The Page of Cups is the new beginning, is the new opportunity. The Page of Pentacles is you missing this opportunity. So again, they're really highlighting these two different paths, right? You know, the Page of Pentacles from this deck can also speak about there being a lack of planning. Now, that's very interesting because towards the beginning of the reading, we were saying how this is one of these times in your life where the divine just needs you to step out on faith, right? Get out of that energy of trying to calculate every possible outcome. But this is really speaking about that opposing force that is trying to get you in that to get you in that mind of thinking that you don't have a proper plan, which causes you to not take any action. But the thing is, you already know how to do this. And again, it comes back to what we said about it just not showing up the way you did. It's like right now, you're being challenged in an area of your life that may make you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I just heard it's not your wheelhouse, so to speak. Yeah, and now I'm hearing that there's incredible expansion for you in this space, though, because it's going to do wonders for your faith and it's going to get you closer to source. Yeah, it's like you've reached this point on your path where the divine is saying, hold on, let's have a little chat here real quick. We need to know if you really trust us and how we're helping you navigate your life right now. The divine is saying to you, do you trust us to catch you? And now I'm seeing somebody fall back with an individual standing behind them, right? Catching them. Okay, I'm also getting something here surrounding why you can't see something in its full formation yet. And it all has to do with the fact that this particular timeline is being created as you move. It's different than your typical timeline jump, right? Something where you can prepare yourself for. This one right here is one of these points on your path where the universe says, hey, we can't show you how everything is going to look on the other side now. We just need you to trust us. You know, and I feel that the reason for this, Virgo, partially has to do with the fact that we don't all walk a straight line in life. We're all taking these weird little detours, and the universe is constantly having to rearrange things for us behind the scenes. So having said that, it could be that you've taken a few detours in your life, which we all do. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But that just means that we will reach a point on our path where the universe is saying, hey, we've been rearranging a lot of things for you behind the scenes because we didn't actually want you to go down that path, but you did, and that's okay. So we rearranged things for you, and we needed you to sort of start going down this other path, but you decided that you wanted to go down this alternate path, which again is okay. We rearranged things for you again, but now we're at this point where we just need you to trust us and take that leap of faith. Okay, what do we have this heart position? All right, let's start on this side of the card. We have two sides here. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles here. Now, this Knight of Pentacles is really reinforcing what I just said, okay, because this is kind of a stubborn energy, you know, so this could be the points on your path where the universe wanted you to go one way and you said, I'm going to go this way. And the universe is like, okay, all right, fine. And then it says right here, fines and unfair costs. So this can just really speak about all of the extra hurdles you had to go on when you took some sort of alternate path and how, again, the universe wants you to understand that they're trying to rebalance things for you, right? There's little scales right there. and realign you with your intended path. Now, this Knight of Pentacles is also an energy that thinks it's stuck. So this really tracks with what we've been getting, right? Because you've reached this point and you're under some sort of pressure or you're feeling anxious about something. And it's all a result of the decisions you've made to get to this point on your path. So then the divine shows up probably because you've been praying for something. You've been praying for a message or been trying to communicate to the universe about some sort of change you want to bring into your life. And then it shows up. Here it is. The universe is like, okay, let's do it. We've actually been here with you this entire time trying to navigate you. But life will life, right? So now we've gotten to this point and this is what we need from you, okay? And then we get the King of Cups. So we have two pairs on this table, the King and Queen of Swords and the King and Queen of Cups. So there's not only this energy of complete mental strength, but also emotional strength, healing. And see how it says right here, restitution, right? It really follows what I said, right, about the universe trying to realign you with your path. Like restitution is all about restoring something that may have been lost, or that could just really speak about you. Again, realigning you with your intended path. And this is all connected, right? The self-care, the self-love, leaning on your spirit team and source. All of these things go hand in hand to strengthen your faith. And see how this Eight of Pentacles is central to the entire reading. It's like this is the goal. This is the intended target, whatever this is for you, right? This can represent many different things for each one of you, okay? Careers, projects, just a vision you have for your life. Could speak about relationships, all sorts of things are on this table here. There's all sorts of possibilities that I'm picking up on here. So you place that as it makes most sense with your current set of circumstances. Okay, what do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the throat. Now, the Five of Pentacles from this deck is aligning with this message perfectly because it's speaking about some sort of change for the better that is preparing to unfold in your life. It also speaks about a renewed sense of hope. For those of you out there that may be looking for employment right now, I'm hearing that you're going to find something. But whatever these changes are that the divine is guiding you to make in your life is required, okay? Now, again, that can be many different things, but you need to be honest with yourself, Queen of Swords, about what that actually is. Yeah, I just heard very clearly you're the only one getting in your way. There's nothing holding you back other than your own lack mindset, right? Which I feel is directly connected to this old cycle. So everything that may be creating this sort of pulling on your energy, or rather the anchoring, is something that you can very much overcome within self. And right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Okay, so that's your energy right there, Virgo, Gemini, and Virgo. Now, the Magician this follows this message perfectly because the Magician is the energy that has all the elements at their disposal. Fire, earth, air, and water. You have everything you need to be able to pull forward some sort of vision for your life. It just takes some skill and determination. And it's also an energy of realizing your potential. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Wow. Will you look at that? After all that, we finally get there. 10 of Pentacles, Virgo. That is your energy, okay? It all makes perfect sense now. It's like why you have to go through this internal spiritual battle, right? It's because of this. 10 of Pentacles is your legacy. This is your divine inheritance. And look what it says right here. It just further reinforces everything we're saying. Inner and outer work. Helps one keep their job. Protects against disasters, right? Now, there's many different ways to interpret that, but inner and outer work, that really speaks for itself. I feel like we've already spoken on all of that, right? How that is a necessary component to be able to step into this energy. And right there it says, help one keep their job. Now, I feel that this is speaking about the future position. It's like the divine source is helping prepare you for something and then protects against disasters. I feel that that is speaking about this cyclical cycle that is coming back for review. It's like you need to go over that, or you need to close that out. You need to break that tether for good so that energy doesn't repeat on you again once you step into this new position, right? Helps one keep their job, right? Whatever that is, the manifestation, the new beginning, the vision for your life. It's like you close out this old timeline and it protects you from any disasters unfolding in your life moving forward. All right, let's close this out for Virgo. What do we have at the crown, please? Wow. Wheel of Fortune, right after the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, that's it right there. There's no two cards that you can get back to back other than the Ten of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune that represents extreme wealth, abundance, and security in your life, okay? And it's like we've just gone full circle. Here's the new beginning, the Fool, and then here's the new timeline, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is also an energy that speaks about life cycles, right? So it's like you're closing out this old cycle and a new one is beginning. And the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's similar to the carousel analogy that I was giving. You have a lot of good karma that's accumulated for you as well, Virgo, but it doesn't mean that the divine is necessarily going to show up in your front door and give it to you. The divine is going to open up paths for you, opportunities for you, so you can go and get it yourself. That's really how our relationship with the universe works. The universe says, okay, good job. Why don't you make your way down this path? Try this out. It's like the universe sends us on Easter egg hunts, right? There's many gifts that we can find, but we got to go out there and look for them. And a lot of the times, these gifts are going to begin to materialize into our life when we start to release all which is not in alignment with our highest good and or these sorts of old karmic cycles and the need to control every single aspect of our life to the point that we've created so much restriction that we have imprisoned ourselves inside our own reality. And it makes perfect sense, right? What does control lead to ultimately? It leads to complete restriction. It's as if it annihilates the whole idea that we're actually here to flow with the universe. And the irony to that is that when we flow with the universe, we're actually in more control anyway. So Virgo, however this energy is showing up for you in your life right now, I gotta say that there's extreme breakthroughs here with this Ten of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune at the third eye and crown closing out the reading. But this requires sacrifice on your part, sacrifice of all which is not serving you on your path up until this very moment. Lift the anchor, Virgo, and release the need for control. So with that, I will leave it here. All right, Virgo, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So drop me a comment and or a heart down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.